Good evening and welcome to the May Day holiday edition of Business Live. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji. We're celebrating 25 years of joy with you. Now, coming up this evening, domestic flight services commence at the Kotoka International Airport after government lifted the ban on commercial flights. Ghana Cooperative Credit Union calls on government to, as a matter of urgency, ensure the central bank settles businesses with monies locked up in collapsed financial institutions. Plus, several industry stakeholders pay tribute to hard work of frontline health staff as we mark May Day today. These are headlines, of course. I'm bringing all these to you in a jiffy. Don't go away. Hello again, welcome back to Business Live. Now, domestic flights have commenced at the Kotoka International Airport after government lifted the ban on commercial flights. Airport authorities earlier this week disinfected the airport and put in place new safety protocols to help contain the spread of the coronavirus. Ghana, by this move, becomes the first African country to resume flights in the wake of COVID-19. Sheila Tamaklo had exclusive access to the Kotoka International Airport today and has come through with this report.
Passenger turnout on day one of resuming domestic commercial flights after the lockdown was surprisingly high. New protocols such as checking of temperature, mandatory wearing of face masks and the use of hand sanitizers and social distancing were enforced. Passengers even had to hold out their ID from a distance. On board, some seats were left vacant to ensure social distancing. Sean Mendes is the Chief Operating Officer of Africa World Airlines.
But so far the response has been very positive. We've had a number of passengers who've been very eager to get back to flying. All our flights today are sold out, so that's been a start. It'll be quiet over the weekend because obviously business has not yet opened and it's a long weekend. But we're very positive that as things begin to get a little more back to normal and people get used to the protocols involved with the social distancing and the sanitization and so forth, that the numbers will increase. The intention at this point is that passengers will not have a seat occupied next to them by another adult. Obviously, the exact number of passengers on board will be 34 adults, no more than that in adults, but with their children, children or infants will be able to travel with them. But at this time, we're still examining the situation, but for now, you are not going to be paying more. The ticket prices have not been increased.
So this is the waiting area where passengers are waiting to board their aircraft. Now, one thing you observe here is this signage on the seats which says, "Please do not sit here." So this is to ensure that there's spacing to adhere to the social distancing protocols, like you can see with these two passengers. This is to ensure that there's no transmission through close contact. Passengers were impressed with the enhanced safety measures at the airport.
I'm very impressed because I came from US. We do the same thing over there. So when I came here, I always carry my gloves and my mask. So that one is very safe. For us, I mean, it's very good. They're doing a good job here.
I picked the bus earlier. However, they are not adhering to the safety measures. But for the airlines, the protocols are being enforced and we are being checked at every point.
Deputy Minister for Aviation Yao Afol assured government's commitment to protect passengers and urged passengers to adhere to the new protocols for their safety.
The government is very, very, very interested in making sure that everybody in this country is safe, particularly those who are going to be getting on various aircraft. So my message to them is make sure that all the protocols that have been set in place is followed. Don't get angry at ticket staff. If he or she tells you to go and use a sanitizer, don't tell them, "Oh, I just use it, so I'm not going to use it." You follow exactly what they tell you to do at the airport when you get to the airport. I believe if we do that, we are all going to be safe.
For Joy Business, Sheila Tamaklo reporting.
The Bookbinders Association says the ban on social gathering is affecting their business. They have therefore called on government to consider them in the stimulus package set aside to cushion small-scale businesses. There's more in this report.
Producers of exercise books and notebooks are part of the category of businesses greatly affected by the coronavirus pandemic. Chairman of the Bookbinders Association, Kwame Apieje, says the ban on public gathering, including schools, is affecting productivity.
We deal with the schools. Now the schools has been shut down, so no activities is going on our side. If you come back to the market, the same thing. Nobody is buying notebooks or exercise books for anything because everybody is concentrating how they can get food to eat. If you come to our side, nothing is going on, totally shut down.
Mr. Apieje said members of the association were looking forward to benefiting from the stimulus package announced by the president to support businesses.
I want to use this medium to plead to the government to come to our aid, as he is now doing to the other small and medium scale industries. The government should come also into our aid for us also to benefit from this package. The requirement is somehow very difficult for us. So we are now also pushing forward to know if they can do something for us also to benefit from that package.
The Bookbinders Association produces about 80% of all exercise books and notebooks for schools on the market. Albert Abisi reporting for Joy Business.
That's a day to celebrate workers for their hard work and dedication to service. And this year we place the emphasis on our frontline staff helping in the fight against COVID-19 in Ghana. We bring you messages from some industry players as well as some staff stakeholders, some staff of Joy Business.
You're the engine that makes all things go, and you're always in disguise, my hero. I see your light in the dark, smile in my face when we all know it's hard.
My name is Alistair Jimati. I am the Public Affairs Manager of Blue Skies Products Ghana Limited. Another May Day has come, and on behalf of the management and staff of Blue Skies, we want to congratulate all our gallant workers across the country and even across the globe, especially our farmers and our frontline health workers. In this difficult time, you are still assured us of life, and you are putting food on our table.
I am Gideon Denjo, the CEO of Giddens, a shoe and a bag manufacturing business here in Accra around UPSA. I want to take this opportunity to celebrate all workers in Ghana, and most importantly, the health workers who are making sure that we are safe.
There's no way to ever pay you back. Bless your heart, know I love you for that. Honest and selfless. I don't know if this helps it, but good job. You're doing a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter, 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 yeah.
Hello everyone, I'm Ruth Smith Eje, Blue Skies, one of the Blue Skies directors. As we commemorate the 1st of May, which is Workers' Day, we also go on to thank all the health workers who have been making it possible for us to be able to walk around, for all their selfless contribution to the nation.
I am Dr. Joseph Obing, President of Ghana Union of Traders Association. As we celebrate May Day on Friday, I take this opportunity to congratulate all workers in this country. Especially thanks and congrats go to the frontline workers, our nurses, our doctors, and health ministries, and all that have put their life at risk to save others. May God bless them.
You're doing a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter, 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 yeah. 6 in the morning, and soon as you walk through that door, everyone needs you again. The world's out of order. It's not a sound when you're not around.
My name is Honorable Joseph Edu, Chief Executive Ghana Cocoa Board. On occasion of May Day and in the face of COVID-19 pandemic, I want to take this opportunity to express our sincere gratitude to all workers in Ghana and to our gallant farmers. But our gratitude especially must go to the frontline health workers who are most at risk in the face of this pandemic. We want to commend our doctors, our nurses, our paramedical staff for the wonderful work that they are doing for this country.
All day on your feet, harder. Keep that energy. I know when it feels like the end of the road, you don't let go. You just press forward. You're the engine that makes all things go. Always in disguise, my hero. I see a light in the dark. Smile in my face when we all know it's hard.
I'm Godwin Avenago, Director Communications, Malcolm Group of Companies. We are in wartime. Times are not normal. But for this video, I've been asked to take up this for the moment, and then we get started. It's May Day, a very special day indeed for workers of this country. On behalf of the management, directors, and staff of Malcolm, we're wishing all workers of Ghana a very memorable celebration.
There's no way to ever pay you back. Bless your heart, no, I love you for that. Honest and selfless. I don't know if this helps it, but good job. You're doing a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter, matter, matter. Yeah, it's a good job. Doing a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter, matter, matter. The mothers, the fathers, the teachers that feed us, strangers and friends that show up in the end. From the bottom to the top, the listeners that hear us, this is for you. You make me fearless. Oh, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter, matter, matter. Yeah. No, no, no.
And from all of us here in the studio is Ayuko to all our health frontline staff. Away from that, the Ghana Cooperative Credit Union is calling on government to, as a matter of urgency, ensure the central bank settles businesses with their monies locked up in collapsed financial institutions. According to the union's general manager, Emmanuel Kofi, government's failure to ensure repayment will have dire consequences on their operations. He made the appeal after his outfit donated some items to the Dabraka Polyclinic to aid the fight of the novel coronavirus. The receiver of the collapsed microfinance companies, savings and loans and finance houses in February assured that all affected depositors will receive their locked-up investments by the end of March this year after payment processes started on Monday, February 24. This follows a promise by President Akufo-Addo during his State of the Nation address, where he revealed that 5 billion Ghana cedis has been earmarked for reimbursing all customers of defunct companies from Monday, February 24, 2020. In an interview with Joy Business, General Manager of the Ghana Cooperative Credit Union, Emmanuel Kofi, said government's failure to repay their locked-up investments will lead to some layoffs, especially as the situation is worsened by the coronavirus pandemic.
Appealing to government, before this COVID, the cleanup exercise that was undertaken by Bank of Ghana in 2018, 2019 made most of our money to be locked up with investment companies. About over 300 million Ghana cedis are locked up. And when we get this money from government, we'll be in position to do a lot. So we are also appealing to the government to try to see to how such lock-up monies will be repaid to us, or will be paid to us, so that we can't.
He also revealed members of the union are unable to repay loans and also save due to lockdown as a result of the pandemic.
Now, members who are taking loans find it difficult to repay the loan, and they also aren't able to deposit money with the credit unions. And as a result of that, the credit unions are faced with liquidity challenges, because a lot more people are demanding for money. Some credit unions are also facing what you call the panic withdrawals. People fear that there will be another lockdown. People fear that their money might not be gotten back. Therefore, they are rushing on the facility to withdraw their money.
The Ghana Cooperative Credit Union then made a donation of some items, including Veronica buckets and some sanitary items, to their Dabraka Polyclinic. Head of the facility, Dr. Abdul Razak Kwao, was full of praise for the gesture.
This is a holding area for suspected cases. So usually when they come, and they come with the symptoms, and the symptoms falls within the case definition, then we isolate them at the holding area. We take the samples and then await the result. When the results come, then we decide on the further mode of management.
Meanwhile, as the coronavirus continues to impact businesses countrywide, Managing Director of Facility Management Company Spark Clean Company Limited, Diana Owusu-Kisi, says the company lost quite substantially by way of revenue due to the partial lockdown instituted by government to check the spread of the virus. She made this known when the company donated some items of and offered cleaning services at the Mamobi Polyclinic as part of its 2020 Spark Clean Healthcare campaign. There's more in this report.
The lockdown by government as part of checking spread of the virus in the country affected economic activity in the country. Despite its importance, the lockdown also affected several businesses. According to the managing director of the Sparkling Company Limited, Diana Owusu-Kisi, her outfit recorded half of its revenue because they could not afford their services because many of their clients had closed to run due to the lockdown. She was speaking during the company's 2020 Sparkling Healthcare campaign as a CSR project to promote cleanliness and hygiene at public health facilities.
With the lockdown, our services were reduced rather. We had to reduce our service for about 50% because most of our clients actually were on a lockdown. We're going to really need the government support because, like I said, our income was slashed by half just for this month. And we still had to pay our staff. We don't want to just send people home. Fortunately, now we have been called back. So we need support. And we are very grateful for this gesture. We have also, through our association, we have an association that we work as part of Contract Cleaning Association of Ghana. So through them, we have also put in our demand to request for help.
Medical officer in charge of emergencies at the Mamobi Polyclinic called for more public partnership as the nation goes through this phase. He was, however, grateful to the company for the gesture.
We know the times that we are in, and we know the virus that we are dealing with. I know these viruses, they have pores, and then they are encapsulated. So with the disinfectants that they've given us, usually they're able to penetrate the capsules and then disintegrate it. So the items that we received, we promised them that we'll put into good use. We give it to our cleaners, they will help in the disinfection, and the sanitizers we use it to sanitize our hands. We know that in protecting, we are supposed to protect ourselves, and it helps to prevent the spread of the virus, and so we need PPEs, that's personal protective equipment. But we know that the government is trying their best to provide us with the PPEs, but sometimes they are not adequate because you have a lot of staff, and then sometimes when the items come, they are exhausted in a few days. So usually we want more.
The company also donated some sanitary items valued at 25,000 Ghana cedis. This year's activity is on the theme COVID-19 pandemic, the battle line disinfecting.
Now, the first quarter of this year has seen many businesses withdraw contracts for advertisements from media institutions. That's according to the Advertising Association in Ghana, which predicts the trend could continue due to uncertainty presented by the coronavirus pandemic. Sales and marketing personnel, advertising agencies, and other allied service providers are all feeling the heat of dwindling sales and avenues. Prince Apia has been speaking with some practitioners.
Here at Atinga Junction in Kumasi, I meet businesswoman Abigail Obiapia, who depends a lot on advertisement to sell her goods.
Schools are shut down, churches are not opening, so they don't buy school bags, the lunch packs, everything for school they are not buying, and the clothes too for church, for parties, they are not buying. All they buy now is the baby food and the baby diapers.
In the wake of the coronavirus pandemic, however, she has ordered suspension of advertisements.
Though normally we budget for adverts beginning of the year, like about 30 to 40,000, not only on Love FM, other social media. But now, because of this, we are not selling much. And you know, advert is very expensive, so we've suspended for now. And because we're not doing the adverts, people are not hearing about us as they use, because you know, the advert give us publicity. We want to cut down our expenses, that's why we stopped the advert, and it's really affecting us.
For the first quarter of the year, such has been the fate of many businesses which are driven by advertisement.
My name is Emmanuel Kofinti, CEO of Hammer Productions and also host.
Acting president of the private advertisers in Kumasi, Emmanuel Kofinti, confirms.
Because after the lockdown, especially the outdoor, most companies believe that nobody is watching. Nobody is seeing their billboard. So why placing an advert on a billboard? So they decided to cancel most of their contracts. Most of my colleagues have lost contracts. That because of the pandemic, they can't continue. What can you do? Just to hope for the best. And for radio, I know a lot of radio stations are also losing it.
Welcome to the new sound.
Radio, television, and outdoor advertisement have all been hard hits, as clients are either withdrawing existing contracts or not signing new deals. Sales and marketing persons are at the receiving end.
Advertisers are afraid to spend because some are afraid that the lockdown could be called back. Some are also afraid because clients are not buying for them to get in any income. So all this affects sales, which gets to affect me, the salesperson, my pocket.
We began last year around August. Okay. So we are very...
Anita Kuma is chief executive of Baden Marketing and Advertising Company, Hyper Advertising in Kumasi. Just a year into operation, she is one of the many who feel the pinch of the situation.
And, we depend largely on advertising budgets for companies, which either has been slashed or has been rediverted to other purposes, such as social responsibility. So it's taken quite a toll on the advertising industry.
And that's it for Business Live. It's been so great having you on board the whole week. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji. Let's meet again next week for more business. Have a good evening.